Terry, we're in the middle of a yoga studio, but this isn't like any other yoga studio, is it?
No, it's not. It's a little bit different. It's a restorative, gentle program for cancer patients and cancer survivors.
Yoga to help how?
Yoga is actually a very good way to transition from treatment into survivorship and also into more physical activity that the body needs to recover after treatment.
How do we do that? I mean, this is a very spiritual, very focused, very peaceful process. So, you know, the fight with cancer can be very personal. It can also be very terrifying. So, is it sort of helping to start with the spirit and to on that process?
Actually, yes. Cancer is a trauma, and we look at it as both as a physical trauma, as an emotional trauma, and a spiritual trauma. And so yoga is a great way to help people reconnect with their bodies after the trauma of a cancer diagnosis. We use the program to help them build their physical strength back up, also to help with their emotional strength, the stress, depression, sleep problems, and also to reconnect spiritually with themselves.
Do you find that people that come into this program are hesitant at first, or are there questions that you wind up having to answer along the way in order to make them understand that this is a very good process for the healing?
Right, we do. Actually, there are some questions going into the program, mostly around the movements that we do, whether or not they're physically intense, and whether or not patients have the strength or feel that they have the strength to be able to do it. And sometimes even just having those quiet moments in yoga can be a challenge to a patient who's just recovering from a cancer diagnosis.
How long have we been doing this program?
This program started in July of this year and will be continuing through the fall from September through November. It's a new program that we hope we can incorporate and integrate actually in not just cancer programs at UAB, but other programs as well.
I'm going to refer to them as students because I'm a little bit more comfortable with the word student. So how many students would you say have been able to take advantage of this program in the short time that it's been around?
The program right now is very small. It is a pilot program and we have limited funding. We probably have about 15, if I had to guess, enrolled right now. We offer it 2 days a week in 2 different studios, and at some point we hope to grow that.
Tell me a little bit about I guess the process in the pilot program. How do you sort of measure if it's something that can go on? Is it a decision that somebody else has to make, some kind of a board, or?
Well, right now it's completely patient or student driven. It's the quality that they feel that they have acquired from the 10-week program that we have done. If they feel that it's something that's helping them now, then it's something that we can attract a donor to help fund to continue the program. Our goal is to get someone in the program and keep them in the program as long as they feel like it's fulfilling their need.
Talk to me a little bit about the bonds. Yeah, it's very peaceful, but before and after, I would imagine there's a lot of sharing of stories, maybe some tears, hugs, that kind of thing. Talk to me a little bit about the bonding that these people, I'm sure do you have any men in this program, or is it all women?
We do, we do.
So men and women that you have in here, talk to me a little bit about the bonding experience.
Well, this particular program, we do have other yoga programs around town that are helpful to cancer patients, but this one is for all cancers, all gender, both male and female. There really aren't any limitations except for what a physician may feel like is a limitation. The whole goal is to help people bond with each other, to become their own support network and develop friendships out of this as well, because they're with people who understand exactly what they're going through, and that's part of this process as well.
Most of your students have a background in yoga, or for some of them is this a first time kind of thing?
For many it is the first time. Some may have had yoga in the past, but with a cancer diagnosis, your physical body changes. So what they may have been able to do before treatment may no longer be applicable as they finish treatment. So in some ways, it's like starting a program all over again.
And because it is a pilot program and it's not available to everybody, if you are recovering from cancer, how could you go about, I guess, putting together your own kind of program similar to this? Or would you have to work with your doctor, or recommendations? Could they contact you? How?
They can actually contact me. In fact, I would like to hear if they're interested in the program, and perhaps we can from that we can organize more programs. Always check with your doctor before you begin any physical activity after or during a cancer treatment program or a cancer diagnosis. We always want to make sure that you have that clearance. But do contact me. We'll take the information, perhaps even can put you on a waiting list, and then as we develop these new programs and expand this program, we can certainly invite you to join us.
Is there anything else to add on it that I haven't asked you about?
I think that was it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.